Hi, my name is Mansoor Barati, and I'm the Director of Sustainable Materials Processing Research Lab here at the University of Toronto. In this lab, what we do is working around developing technologies and processes which promise a lower environmental footprint when it comes to production of materials and processing of resources. And that's where we think there would be a potential for huge impact. For example, when it comes to renewable energy systems, solar and wind, and those are obviously well known. But what is often missed is what it takes to actually enable those technologies and the materials and utilities which goes into them. For example, the solar electricity is highly enabled by this material, high purity silicon. But there is a lot of energy which goes into this material. And if that energy is not clean itself, the ultimate production of energy by these solar cells is not going to be clean. So our focus is try to develop technologies and methods which produce at a low cost and with the smallest environmental footprint possible. So to give you another example, if you combine all the cars in the world and if you could eliminate all their CO2, that would be equivalent to about 6% reduction in carbon footprint of transportation. But consider two other industries, iron and steel and cement. Together, only these two industries, they generate about 15% of the global CO2. That's 2.5 times of all the cars combined in the world. So if we could develop technologies and come up with processes that address the issue in the materials production stage, the impact could be realized obviously in a much greater extent. So that's kind of part of my research, which tries to look at developing new processes and technologies which emit less CO2 and consume less energy, and also take less resources of the earth to produce more and better materials. A big part of research we are doing today is recycling the materials, and especially treating of the industrial waste, which exists in billions of tons, and trying to harvest the materials out of them, and that way reduce the resource intensity of materials production. Another line of research looks at producing materials which enable renewable energy systems. For example, the nickel which goes into electric vehicle batteries, for every ton of it produced, we generate about 2 to 3 tons of sulfur dioxide or a lot of CO2. And we've been working on a novel method which promises basically virtually zero SO2 emission when it comes to producing those materials. So these are kind of the examples of the research that we are doing. In summary, basically, research looks into either enabling those renewable technologies by producing high quality and low environmental impact materials, or developing processes which promise producing more material with a smaller environmental footprint.